Welcome to Smart Conserver.
Growing up as a child, there were movies on the television that had a human-like individual with two long fangs for teeth called vampires. These vampires would suck the life out of humans. So when you hear about vampire electricity, what does it really mean to you? Vampire electricity is also called standby power and phantom load. It refers to the energy used by appliances and electronics in our home when they are turned off or in standby mode. You hear that? All when you turn off the appliance. Once it's plugged in, then there's vampire electricity present. This vampire electricity adds up by the minute, and before you know it, adds up to kilowatts. The light people will love you if you encourage vampires in your homes, as the monies will be sucked right out of your pockets to pay for electricity that you never use. There are some appliances that has a high power consumption when in standby mode. These include air conditioners, laptops, gaming console, video players, Blu-ray players, especially when these equipment are switched off using a remote. Not to forget the phone chargers. Okay, so you don't have that present in your home. Think again. For some people, when the bill arrives, you hear complaints like, I don't have nothing extra in here. I'm hardly at home. And when I'm here, I just use the fridge and a fan. Can't even watch a little TV as me too tired when me come home. But for those persons, just check what they have plugged in. Look around the house and plug out what is not being used currently. You'll be surprised to know the electricity that is being wasted. Yes, you don't have time to watch a TV, but is it plugged in along with that cable box? While your TV isn't fully on, it's ready to spring back to life at the touch of that remote control. Its ability to respond requires electricity, so to save energy, you should turn the devices off at the socket. There are ways to eliminate vampire electricity. Let's look at some. 1. Use a power strip with switches. You can use a power strip with on and off switch to plug in your appliances. When not in use, just flip the power strip button to off and no standby power will be used by those appliances. 2. Unplug your appliances. Another way to reduce your standby power load is to just unplug those appliances. We may not have the funds to buy a power strip, but our hands can accomplish the same result. Plug out what you're not using from the socket. 3. Use wireless remote control plugs. On and off outlet plug switch with a 100 feet transmission range can allow you to remotely control any appliance with the wireless remote. Ideal for hard to reach outlets. It saves money and energy by completely turning off the outlet the appliances are plugged into. 4. Get some timer plugs. Save energy by cutting power when timer expires. Very easy to use. Push button, set hours for 8, 4, 2 or 1 or even hold. It works well with curling iron, steam iron or even cell phones. Some of us go as far as installing smart plugs where we just tell Alexa or even Google Home to turn off those plugs. But before you consider this as an option, find out the standby power used by these smart assistants as well. You may be saving one way and spending another way. Personally, I use the remote plugs and the timer plug. I have two types of remote plugs. One come with 5 plug and I got 2 remotes with this. I've placed appliances on it like the microwave, the computer, two-way radio system, a small TV and an Android box. When I'm leaving for work in the morning, I press the all off button, and in the evening when I get home, I press only the button for the appliances I'm going to use at the moment, while other appliances remain in the off position. The reason for pressing the all off button in the morning is to ensure that nothing was accidentally turned on and left on throughout the day. I also have another remote plug with 3 outlets. This I use for the TV, the cable box, and around 7 p.m. I would press the remote to switch on the plug and watch the 7 o'clock news on TV. When that's done, I would power off the TV and press back the remote plug to off to stop any vampire electricity from being used by the cable box and the TV. The cable boxes are left plugged in by most persons throughout the day, and if you check it out, you can consume a great amount of power. Some cable boxes consume as much as 25 watts, so I choose to plug it out with the television when not needed. For the timer plug, I use it to charge my cell phones at night. I would plug in the phone and the charger and press the time I want the plug to be on, and leave it on and go to bed. This way, I can ensure that my cell phone will be charged and I'm not wasting electricity throughout the night, as the phone will be fully charged before I wake in the morning. What I like about the plugs is that it has a red light if it's on, so I can see the red light. It should mean that I'm currently using the appliance plugged in, or I forgot to turn it off. Remember, conservation should not be a burden, so you may have to get the gadgets to help you along the way.
You have come to the end of another series. Join us next time for more ways to conserve.